Hello there, Nina. So yeah, I just wanted to show you real quick how to, when you're logged into your site, where to go to find the links to websites you can promote, and you can promote any of them. I'll show you where to find those and tell you a little bit more about it here in a second. So go to, when you're logged in, log into your site, you should see menu over here. Go to the left side. Probably not best to do this on your phone. Maybe you can navigate it there. If you can do it on your laptop, I think it'd be easier, at least the first time. Go to my website and then go to website URLs right here under my website. And then in here, you're gonna see different websites that you can choose from to promote. So there's lots of different types. I'm not going to talk about all these right now, and there's different languages. Just stay focused on the ones that open up initially, which are the pre-enrollee capture pages. That's what automatically opens up. Again, there's others, but just stay focused on those. And just, you can click on any of these. If you can see my cursor, you can click on any of these and you would just choose which one you like best. You know, I actually use this one, but because I'm business oriented, that may not be the best for your market, or you might find that some pages are maybe better for one person than another. It doesn't matter. You can choose any of these. They all accomplish the same thing. I'm just going to choose, any one of these. Let me see. So just remember that some of them actually are specific to a certain product line. So I believe like this one's specific to the Mantra essential oils, for example. That's what it focuses on over here in the video. And so keep that in mind. You might want to look closely to see if there's some, and this one's obviously focused on the CBD, and maybe some of them are more neutral or business focused. So see which ones you like best. Someone who's familiar with isogenics is going to be pretty familiar with the business side of the language. So it's probably not going to be too big of a deal in terms of what you would send her into. Because all you're really doing is having her go here. You're going to give her your link. So the whole point is this is a unique link to you. And what I do is I just click on the one that I want to use and then I copy the link. So that would get you there. As long as you're logged into your site, when you go to these, click on the one you want and just copy the link. And then, you'd share that whole link with her. When she enters her name and email and says, take the free tour, then I'll show you where she goes. So once she does that, and it'll look familiar to you, she'll be locked into your system. And that's really what you want, because sometimes people who don't really know what's going on, and you might be talking and working with them, and then they go to Google and they do a Google search and they're just researching stuff. And then they accidentally find someone else's page like that because they're in research mode, and they might go to someone else's page they found online, and then they're linked up to them. And that can create all kinds of complications. If they end up purchasing just not really knowing what's going on, then you could lose them. So the first step I always take is I give them my link. I have them opt in. I let them know this is going to take you inside the company, give you a free account. There's things that you can watch in there. But most importantly, I let them know that links you up with me. So if we ever do decide to do business together in any way, we'll be able to work together. And then for those that it's appropriate, you can tell them, it also allows me to kind of help you get an income going, because as you're referring people, this is already happening for you, as people in our team are referring people, they're falling underneath you. I don't know if you knew that, which can help. And it would help them in the same way that as you're referring people, it's gonna fall underneath them. So it just happens automatically. And we can talk about that more, but you basically want to refer them to a page like this, make sure they get linked up to you, because you don't accidentally lose them to somebody else when they're out there researching online. And then they kind of start to see the system working for them, and they can go watch and study the videos. So that's one of the first steps I'd make. And again, once she's done that, she's going to go to, one second here, this is a practice account. She would end up in a place kind of like this, with her name up here. She'd have an ID number, and she'd see kind of people that are in the company coming in, and some of those people are falling underneath her. And we can talk about that later as we get into the compensation plan specifics. But who we are, they have these company videos, exciting products, how to get paid, getting started. It's really simple. And then when they're ready to get started, they go to the get started button, just like you did. So I would encourage you to, pretty quickly, once you introduce somebody, one of the first steps is just have them get locked in here first. And then they can watch these videos, learn a little bit more about the company. And then the second step, you can send them whatever you want. Robert Hollis has been pounding into me is keep it as simple as possible. Maybe because she's an isogenics and because of your relationship with her, it's fine giving her a lot of information. Typically, you don't want people sharing too much information because it becomes info overload. So typically, your steps would just be say as little as possible. Of course, you know, people look at you as an expert, so you know it's you work with that as you will. But the point is, the simpler you keep it, usually the better. And if we're going to break it down to its simplest components, it's get them connected to you, refer them into one of the sites I just showed you. So she's connected to you and can access company information. She can be plugged into the system. And then if she were to enroll or do more research, she's already connected to you, tied to you. And then second step, connect her to me and Robert. I mean, you know, if we're going to put it in its simplest terms, everything else you're doing to build value and demonstrate value and connect with them, that's awesome. But if we were to break it down into the simplest steps, those 2 steps I just shared with you, I think are going to be the most compelling in creating duplication and really fast growth. All right, let me know if you have any questions. And when you're ready to talk over the comp plan in more detail, just let me know and we'll connect. All right, talk to you soon.